You're listening to Clara Hermit. It's BBC Radio London. This is Nightlife. Imagine the glitter ball is spinning and it will be once again in SW9. Brixton Disco Festival is back for its 7th year, taking over some of the area's best loved venues this May. Expect legendary DJs, live performances, late night dancing, and even a Luther Vandross documentary screening. Founder Matt Baddock joins us now to tell us more about what is in store. Hello. Hi, Matt. How are you?
Hi, Clara. Yeah, good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Well, look, it's lovely to have you on the show. And we kick things off with that Barbara Tucker track there, which is just, it's beautiful, isn't it? I can imagine that this festival is incredibly lively. And in a world where, you know, there's a lot to be unhappy about, just going on the dance floor and shaking a leg is a good way to bring some joy and happiness to people's lives, isn't it?
Indeed, yeah, absolutely. It's 7 years we've been at this now, and it's something that the whole area of Brixton looks forward to. And with the days of Brixton Splash long gone, it's become the sort of preeminent sort of outside of the Brockwell Park events, I should say, but preeminent for Central Brixton event of the year, I would say. So it's a really positive, vibrant day that we integrate not just your traditional clubs and music venues, but we've got community spaces in something that a lot of the traders and restaurants and cafes, as well as the traditional music venues, really appreciate us putting on.
Yeah, and so here you are with Brixton Disco Festival. What can you tell us about this? You mentioned utilising different venues in the area and some community spaces as well. What venues are we talking about, and why is that kind of so important?
Yeah, so the whole concept behind Brixton Disco Festival was born out of running, standalone club shows at. I run a lot of rooftop events for many years at the Prince of Wales on the corner there in central Brixton. And then I'd started doing a bit at maybe Electric Brixton at this time. This is back in 2017. And then I think I just looked out the window from the power going, well, why are we not? Then you've got the Ritzy over to the left on Windrush, and then there's a huge amount of other venues in Brixton. I thought, well, why don't we start to put together the idea of in the spirit of a Camden Crawl, or there's various other multi-venue city-based events around the UK and in Europe. Why don't we sort of plant the seed? Why don't we try something where we utilise the POW, the Ritzy, and Electric to start with? That was year one and year two, and then as the years have gone by, we've integrated more venues. So at the moment for this year, we've got Electric Brixton, which is a legendary venue, has been a fridge and a cinema and all sorts of things over the years. We've got Brixton Jam, which is a little bit further down the road.
I love Brixton Jam.
A fantastic venue that they've the guys Johnny there and the team have really developed over the years. They've got a wonderful outdoor terrace as well as two indoor club spaces. And this year we've also got Phonox, which is for me, I'd say it's the best small club dance floor in London. It's about 500 capacity. So we'll be using there for the first time, which is really exciting. Then we've also got the Ritzy, so we'll be doing a screening of the Luther Vandross documentary that came out, I think, towards the end of last year, with a couple of Q&As that we're just lining up yet. I haven't quite nailed them down yet, but we're lining up a couple of Q&As after that to talk about Luther and his life. We'll be using the upstairs venue with the Ritzy as well for a sort of late night event. And then we've got two additional community spaces that we've worked with over the last few years. So Brixton Village, which is obviously fully well known for its restaurants, cafes, record shops, all that sort of thing. Butchers and a huge variety of traders of all kinds been developed over the years. We have a stage at one end, which is just by just under the bridge by Atlantic Road, and Cindy Hanson from the Hanson family and her husband Chris, they developed the stage with us over the last few years. So that stage is really fantastic. It's open to community, so it's not bound by, you don't have to be a wristband holder to go there. So we sort of build a lineup there during the day, and then we sort of link up with a lot of the traders and restaurants and cafes throughout the village, and offer ticket holders with discounts, because obviously we've got several thousand people coming to the area for the day, and we want these traders to sort of feel the benefit of the sort of extra footfall that we're putting through the area. And the other community space we have is at the Black Cultural Archives, which is on the opposite corner, also on the same side of Windrush Square as the Ritzy, but on the opposite corner. And we've developed an outdoor courtyard stage there for the last 3 years. This will be the third year. It's a beautiful building. It's a really important sort of cultural landmark, and we've developed a stage there with both emerging and established local black talent. So that's been a really positive stage as well. And that one's also open to the community as well. So you don't have to be a ticket holder, because we like the idea of making the whole thing accessible. And ticket price wise, we do try and keep it very accessible for people as well, because it's life's become very expensive.
It has. And also, as I said at the start of the interview, apparently music is the answer to our problems. So, to have access to live music, to have access to great DJs, etc., it can really boost your mood and make you feel much better than you were. So I think it is not to be underestimated. And, I think what's so lovely about this festival is, like you say, this is a festival where you're benefiting local businesses as well, because, you might get a festival come into an area and they have all of their, the food stall holders that are within the grounds of the festival, and it doesn't necessarily benefit local businesses too much. But like you're saying, you're using local venues to start off with as performance spaces, but then also you have the element of, introducing people who might be new to the area to some of the cafes and restaurants. And you have these accessible community stages, which mean that there is something for everyone, basically, isn't there?
Agreed. Yeah, that's the idea. That's absolutely the idea. We did actually have, for the first 2 years, we had a roller disco in Windrush Square in 2018 and 2019, and it's just something we've not gone back to since COVID. It's quite challenging, and from a cost perspective, commercial perspective, it just never quite worked out, because it ended up costing a lot more. But we used to have community roller disco sessions there for that weekend for 2018 and 2019, which were a big success. Anyway, we're certainly I wanted to maybe try and develop one more space this year, and there is a chance we'll go back into Windrush next year, because the council are very receptive to it. For this year, obviously, we've got these two wonderful spaces, as well as the variety of venues and the restaurants and so on that are very much within the realm of the festival.
And then, Matt, obviously we know this is a disco festival, but what are the kind of artists that people can expect to hear, some of the DJs? What can people expect performance-wise?
So, as we're called Brixton Disco Festival, we've definitely sort of broadened out, the breadth of music that we offer over the, I'd say particularly over the last 3 years. So, ultimately we've got six music stages here. So, I don't expect to come along and hear Chic and Earth, Wind and Fire records on every stage. I would say in the electric, you're going to get that more of that big room disco. There is a huge variety. You will hear disco throughout the festival, but for example, we have Faith, the legendary London house promoters Faith, who run their own fanzine through Defected. They are hosting Brixton Jam. They did that last year, and they've been involved with the festival for the last 4 years. Down there, we've got sort of the legendary New York DJ Francois K. He's going to be playing a 4-hour set. He's produced all sorts of people over the years, Depeche Mode and Madonna and various other people. And it's the first time he's been in London for a little while as well, so that'll be good. Norman J will also be playing down there at Jam. At Jam you're going to have, you'll go from a conventional disco right through to a more of a, spacey disco, deep house sort of vibe. So, again, you're not going to be hearing the same thing in every space, because that's not necessarily what people want. In Phonox, you'll have Deep Into Soul, which is more of a soulful house vibe, and we've got Omar performing live there, as well as DJ Spinner coming over from New York, and Ruby Savage, who's superb. I think she's actually Margate based now, but London-based DJ. Then electric, we've got Dimitri from Paris, as well as Crazy Pete DJing, and Melvo Baptiste from Vitterbox. Minna is also playing, and also Barbara Tucker will be performing live. We're playing Beautiful People there, so she's coming over, Barbara, to perform, which we're really looking forward to. It's the first time she's played for us. And then throughout the rest of the venues, we've got a DJ like Charlie Dark, who's a really interesting DJ. He's also very influential. He runs Run Den Crew.
I know Charlie.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
So, Charlie's great. Charlie's age. So he's going to be playing the Black Cultural Archives, and also be playing a second set. We've got a huge rate. Marcia Carr, she's another sort of long-running, veteran of the London scene, who's really, really, found her feet. Not found her feet. She's had a sign of it for years, but really found a big audience in the last 2 or 3 years. So, looking forward to having Marcia down. And Tono Disco coming over from Holland. He's a really rising star. He's really, that will be really, really cool. Who else would be good? Yeah, I think there we go. I've given you a good sort of overview.
You really have. It sounds like a great lineup. And what are the timings for this? Because we know 3rd of May, 3 p.m. till 3 a.m. So where's on till what times?
So we don't have all the venues open at all times just because of the flow of the festival. And, I need to be mindful of not having venues that are just sat open, but with, very few people in there because of the natural flow of people. So the way we tend to do it is we stagger it slightly. So Brixton Jam is open all day and all night, 3 till 3. Phonox is open for a shorter period, sort of 4 till 10. Electric is open from 5 till 3. The community outdoor spaces at BCA and at Brixton Village are a more sort of daytime, around 2 till 9 or 10. And then, the Ritzy screening is early on, and then the late night party is around 9 o'clock. So, obviously we will, if you go to the website, we're starting to get all that information on there in terms of the breakdown of stage times and all that sort of stuff, and that's something very much communicated. But the sort of concept of the festival is you turn up, you've got your ticket, you exchange it for a wristband, and then when you've got your wristband, you are then free to wander around these venues.
I love it. Then you can go out and get some food. You can come back again for a bit more dancing.
Indeed.
You could do the whole day of it, couldn't you, really? Start with brunch, then get on the dance floor, then have dinner, then get back on the dance. It's all there. It's all there for everyone. It sounds like the perfect day.
Let's hope so.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be an incredible day. I can imagine a lot of work has gone into this, and as it gets, closer, so the work ramps up, I can imagine. So I'm sure you'll hopefully be getting a little break on the 4th of May.
I hopefully do. Yeah, it's very fun, but very independent spirited festival. Very, very challenging, to operate in this world at the moment. But the festival's looking really strong, and we're really, really positive. We're going to have another fantastic day in 2.5 weeks.
It sounds incredible, and we wish you all the very best of luck with it. Thank you so much for being on the show with us.
Thanks, Sarah.
No worries. It's been great to talk to you. That was Matt Braddock there, who is the founder of Brixton Disco Festival. It's happening on the 3rd of May at various venues in Brixton, 3 p.m. till 3 a.m. And you can get tickets and more information at brixtondiscofestival.com. Right.